Hello everyone and welcome to Farmer Joe Homesteading. We just had our first wave of kids for 2024 and I can't wait to share it all with you. We are in the thick of editing a lot of footage over the last little while, but we did have a large number of our does kid and do amazing. So today I am going to be sharing our video of our Kidding 2024 MVPs. So our Kidding MVPs is our does that kidded completely unassisted on their own, that fully cleaned off their babies and got babies nursing, and all went really well. So I'm going to be sharing the stories of those does who we found in between checks with beautiful, healthy babies on the ground up and going. So first up was our doe Star. So a couple of hours ago, Farmer Joe went outside to check on Franklin. She does it multiple times a day. That's the bottle lamb. She just happened to casually mention to me while I'm prepping dinner that when she was out there, Star laid down and had babies. She didn't say a word to me for an hour. So I'm hustling out there to go see if she did. Star had two beautiful babies completely on her own and already had them cleaned off and sucking by herself within an hour. So Star had not bagged up, and so I wasn't really anticipating her being next. It was her due date because we hand breed. I knew that she was due that day, but that doesn't always mean anything. There's always a little bit of wiggle room. But because her bag wasn't filled, I just assumed that we'd have another day or two. But that was not the case. And she went into the shelter and laid down and had her twins in the beautiful sunny afternoon. And by the time I had come out to do another check, a few hours later, she had them already cleaned off and they had had their first colostrum, and she had dropped her afterbirth. So Star did amazing. She had those babies right on the afternoon of her due date, and they have been doing so well. We got this adorable little doeling from her and a nice healthy buckling. So next up on the MVP list is our sweet doe, Aloise. So Aloise is actually a first freshener. She was one I was a little bit nervous about. I got up in the night around 2 a.m. and did a check and noticed that she was starting to look close. So I got up again at 6 to do a check, and she had just freshly had some beautiful babies. They were still pretty wet, but she was doing an amazing job licking them off. And when I did my check earlier in that night, I actually left the door to the stall open, and she happened to go in there and kid on her own in the nice fresh straw. So really proud of her for that. I left her for a while just to see if the babies would latch themselves, and they did. And very soon after finding her, they were able to latch and nurse on their own. So she did amazing, and I'm really proud of her as a first freshener. She did awesome. Unfortunately, though, the only downside to Miss Aloise's experience with her first time, she gave me two bucklings. We have this little one here and this little guy here. So up next on our MVP list is Star's twin sister, Luna. So Luna's due date came and went, and I knew she was still getting really close. She was bagging up. Her ligaments were nice and loose. And sure enough, on the morning of the 11th, she had kidded. I had got up and did a night check around 5 a.m. and she was looking close, definitely in labor, had a little bit of stringies, but nothing serious. So I went back into the house and I came out and checked her again around 7:30, and she had had her twins, and they both were already, she was in the process of licking them off, and within a few minutes of me being there, I did see them getting their colostrum. So Luna also did really amazing. This is Luna's very first set of twins. She has given me 2 massive single bucklings in a row, so I was really pleased to see a set of twins from her. Luna gave me this beautiful little doeling, which is our first doeling from Luna, as well as another big healthy buckling. Now, while I was waiting for Luna, Miss Everest also was in labor, and she started kidding and I could hear her pushing. So I went in and I did need to help her. So I am planning on making a separate video of Miss Everest and her little guy. Next up that kidded on that same day was our meat doe, Indigo. Indigo happened to be in labor the day of our vet visit. And while the vet was here and we were going over all of the herd stuff, she actually started laying down and pushing. So I was able to get her moved over into her own little private stall and finished up everything I needed to with the vet. And while I was finishing up with the vet, she had one little baby. And then I did happen to get the other one on video, so I will be sharing that as well at a later time. And we got 2 very beautiful kids from Miss Indigo. This little sweetie pie right here is one of the doelings that we got from Indigo, and she is so sweet. Hey? So this is the other little doeling from our beautiful Indigo, and she is a bit of a turkey and likes to buck and kick and run away. She's not nearly as social as her sister. She just likes to play. I finally caught her. Hey, you're just a turkey. You are. So the next day, after those 3 births on one day, Miss Ivory started showing signs of labor. So I kept a really close eye on her throughout the day, and we were able to record her entire birth of her babies. So I will be editing that video and getting it up. So she's still going to be mentioned in the VIP list because she basically did everything completely on her own. I just happened to be there to be able to record it and to have that really special experience for me and Farmer Joe and Farmer Bo. So the last doe on our MVP list is our doe, Ivy. Ivy had her babies on Saturday, the 16th. She was the last doe to kid for the week. And I happened to be extremely busy. It was my last day of work for the year. And when I came home in between working, I found her with 2 very fresh babies that had just been born, and she was licking them off, and it didn't take long for them to be up and sucking as well. So she did amazing, and I'm really proud of her. And these are our babies from Miss Ivy. She also had twin doelings, and they are just so precious. Hi, Peanut. You're so cute. Yes, hello. And that's all. That is the end of our March kidding. We do have 3 does due the end of April. So we're looking forward to having a little break, having some snuggle time with the babies that we have right now, and then start another wave all over again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a like, and we would love to see you back. So hit that subscribe button to never miss one of our fun farm updates that we post weekly. We hope to see you guys around next time. Have a great week.